Aloha, welcome back. I see we made it through dry January, which is something everybody encourages to do, mostly the medical profession. You know, we've been eating and drinking and abusing our stomach and our liver and everything else from Thanksgiving all the way up through New Year's Day. So it's a great idea to abstain during January. You know, try, if you can't abstain from alcohol altogether, try to just at least cut back. But I am going to talk about bitters today. And the most popular bitters, of course, is this stuff in the little yellow cap brown bottle called Angostura. This has been around for well over 100 years, I'm sure. I got to look for the date. And once upon a time, these guys over at Abbott's had something similar, but they went to court and put these people out of business. And my friend Darcy revived the brand after 100 years. We're not going to be using these today. We're going to be using the good old-fashioned Angostura bitters you could find in the supermarket. And you'll notice that these two have went up in price. They were about $5 and change, and now they're up to $10 a change. And believe it or not, this is 4 ounces. That means if you buy a bottle like this, 750 milliliter bottle, this is going to cost you $70 or $80. Not cheap. You should use it sparingly, but we're going to use it in a couple of different things today. So, if you're still abstaining in February, I'm going to introduce you to Julia Child's cocktail that she would drink while preparing food. You know, you have a dinner party, everybody gets a glass of wine, you feel like having a glass of wine, you're still in the kitchen, you're still working, you lose track. Not a good idea. So, she used to have something called an Angostura soda. Simply ice, tall glass, some club soda, and a dash of Angostura bitters. As you can see, it turns pink, and now you still have flavor, you have the fizz, you have a nice, cool, refreshing drink, and you don't have to feel guilty, and you have something to drink while you're entertaining before all the cooking's done or everybody's in, and you just want to go slow. Gotta warn you, this stuff does contain alcohol. This is like 90 proof. Obviously, a few drops won't do much harm, but the way they're able to sell this in a supermarket without a liquor license is because it's classified as a food additive, not something you drink. But today, we are going to be drinking with it. Take another sip of this. Yeah, really refreshing. Want something light, just a hint of taste, flavor you love, Angostura, Julia Child, thank you. Back on to the drink. This is a world classic drink. It caught on very fast. Zach over Sunken Harbor Club perfected it. I don't know his recipe. I'm going to be making the traditional recipe for you today. At Sunken Harbor Club, they serve it in a really cool glass. I think it's a pineapple. I don't have that glass. I had a clear tiki glass, but I can't find it. So I'm going to go with one of these Pearl Diver glasses. They say put it in a snifter glass, whatever. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up with some pebble ice. Use any kind of glass you like. I just think this one looks cool. And the reason why I like clear glasses over tiki mugs is because you can see the color of the drink in the cocktail. So, you're simply going to put 1.5 ounces of Angostura. A lot here, as you see. So, 1.5 ounces of Angostura. Shake this up, some pineapple juice. Fresher is better, but it's the middle of winter. And we are going to put 2 ounces of this. 2 ounces of pineapple. full ounce of lime juice, 1.5 ounces of cream of coconut. This is what I'm using. Give this a good shake. And if you store it in the refrigerator, it says you don't have to, but if you do, just take it out about a half hour before, so it's much more liquid. A half ounce of overproof Jamaican rum. I'm using Plantation. This is a mix of Jamaican, Guyana, and Barbados, but you know what? I'm sure it's still going to taste fantastic. So this says a half ounce. Okay. So you think of a pina colada, oh, that's a weak drink. This is not a weak drink by any means, so please be careful. And we are just going to put this in a shaker with some ice. And shake. Beautiful color, beautiful color. It wouldn't even make sense to put a float of Angostura on top of this because it's all Angostura, as you can see. That's what gives it this red color. It's a really good drink. Definitely not as good as the one in Sunken Harbor Club, but pineapple, coconut, barely taste the rum. You obviously taste a lot of the Angostura. Really delicious. Okay, we're back. The camera overheated. That's the problem with 4K. So I took the opportunity to rinse out my shaker. And now we're going to start with our second cocktail. Actually, our third, if you can, the Angostura. And we are going to start again with the Angostura bitters. Probably went through a whole bottle already. This episode's costing me money. And as a side note, if you feel so generous and you want to send $1 to Lucchini Lounge at Venmo, I'd really appreciate it. Because as you can imagine, it's not just these materials that I drink that cost money, but I got to pay for stock music, there's equipment costs, servers, Dropbox. It all adds up. A small car payment at the end of the month. No joke. And don't even get me started on Adobe. I use one of their programs, like $56 a month. They just dropped it down to $25 after how many years? So, ounce and a half Angostura. Got some leftover rye here from my friends at Michter's. Don't want to open a new bottle, so once the bottle gets down to a certain point, I try and get some more life out of it by putting it in a smaller bottle so there's not so much air. So we got a half ounce of rye. And then we have a full ounce of orgeat. Just made this. Every time this looks a little darker because I use Demerara sugar, and every time I go to make a bottle of orgeat, like every month, today's February 1st, so I made a new batch, I try to play around with the formula to see if it gets any better than the last. So this is a full ounce of orgeat, or orgeat, or orgeat. Everybody pronounces it differently. I'm not sure why. I think it's French. Taste this. Literally just made it. Love it. That may be the new formula. I'll put it on my website. 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. And again, shake until it gets so cold you can't hold it anymore. This one I'm going to double strain because this is going to be served straight up in a coupe, and I want all those, even those fine ice particles, out of the drink. So double strain it. Oh my God, look at the color of that. It's beautiful. Look at the color on that. It's gorgeous. So let's try rye. So we had an Angostura rye based, and we have an Angostura with rum. But again, the key player here is Angostura. You probably won't even taste a half ounce of that rye or a half ounce of that rum in here. You will taste, obviously, the coconut in here and the almond in here. But let's take a taste and see. Wow. I don't like lemon-based cocktails, but this is delicious. This is incredible. It's got spice in here. It's got to be the Angostura, maybe the rye. Rye tends to be a little bit spicier when it comes to whiskey, but this is delicious. First time trying it, and it's a keeper. It's a winner. That's an incredible drink. Let's compare and contrast. Right. Take a little buffer here, little cleanser. This is just water and Angostura. Yeah, if you're ever at a bar, you don't want to get wasted, every other drink should be an Ango soda. Now let's try this. The thing is I don't like canned pineapple. It has a funny, weird taste to it. I'm going to try this again with fresh pineapple juice. And what they used at Sunken Harbor Club didn't have that tin can pineapple taste, so I'm going to assume it was fresh there. Little cleanser. We're going to try this again. Wow. Look at the color of that. Look at the taste of that. It's spicy. I don't even know if this gets a garnish. And there you have it. 3 great drinks featuring Angostura bitters. Trinidad Sour, Angostura and Soda, and an Angostura Colada. And don't forget, if you like what I'm doing and you want to see more and you want to see better productions, or if there's something you want to see, Venmo me $1 and let me know. Thank you again, mahalo, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Isn't happy hour anytime?